Slovenia is a country with many beautiful landscapes and medieval architecture, but in some hidden parts of this European country, there are some places that we'd like you to know about. From creepy underground rivers to fairy tale-like islands, here are 10 strange places in Slovenia. But first, we'd like to thank our Slovenian subscribers for requesting this video. American Eye is always ready to scope out some new places on the globe. Let us know which country we should make a video about next, and maybe we'll feature you in an upcoming video. Number 10. The Dragon Bridge. Slovenia is a country located east of Italy, south of Austria, and north of Croatia. Its strategic location almost makes it a gateway from Western Europe to the Balkans, and there's quite a few mysterious things here to explore, such as the Dragon Bridge. This bridge is decorated with 4 guardian dragons and is found in the capital city of Slovenia known as Ljubljana. Legend has it that the man who founded the capital of Slovenia named Jason and his men killed a dragon at this location. Local legends say if a virgin crosses the bridge, the dragon will wag his tail. The bridge was built back in the times of the Austro-Hungarian monarchy, and they ruled the land in 1819. The Austrians made great additions to the city while trying to make it look similar to the beautiful city of Vienna. It was damaged by an earthquake in 1895, and the bridge has now been reinforced with concrete. It adds a mystical medieval vibe to this Gothic-styled city. It's also known to be one of the strongest arches in Europe. Number 9. Predjama Castle. One of the most legendary castles of all of Slovenia is the Predjama Castle, located near the village of Predjama, not too far away from some spooky-looking caves we'll get to later. This was actually built into a natural-forming rock arch, and getting to this castle was extremely difficult for invaders. For a long time, many people thought this castle was simply impenetrable due to its position. Not only is it hidden away quite well, one of the only ways to get inside was through a secret passageway. It used to be home to a notorious robber baron who would often resort to banditry and would torment the people of the surrounding lands. The robber baron known as Erasem lived here during the 13th century and bit off a little bit more than he can chew when he killed the Holy Roman Emperor King Frederick III. The massive Holy Roman Empire army came looking for him, and they attempted to cut off supplies by surrounding the castle with men. They didn't realize that Erasem would sneak out from the hidden tunnel to restock on supplies. However, as the story goes, one of his servants sold him out and signaled to the army that Erasem was on the toilet. The bathroom wasn't too well fortified, and they shot a cannonball directly at him, bringing an end to his reign. Anyways, the castle has been reconstructed since that time and displays more of a Renaissance style to it. Rumor has it that this place is also one of the most haunted castles in Europe. Number 8. Metelkova. Located in the capital city of Ljubljana, this former military barracks has been completely consumed by graffiti, street art, and strange sculptures. It was originally built by the Austro-Hungarian army back in 1911, which took up an estimated 3 acres of land. Slovenians gained their independence in 1991 from Yugoslavia and protested anything that would signify outside occupation. Quickly after the war was over, it was graffitied or decorated, and even homeless people moved here. The government wanted to demolish the site, but they met a large amount of protesters and people who wanted to preserve it as an artistic and historical location. There are several buildings still standing here at this location, and only one wasn't able to make it. The government decided to let it stand eventually after protests from rebellious artists got out of control. The government still doesn't necessarily approve of this site, but they tolerate it nonetheless. It's quite a colorful site to this day and a strange tourist attraction for many. Number 7. Holy Trinity Church. Located in Hrastrovlje, which is a little village in southwestern Slovenia, there's a creepy little mysterious church out there with some spooky artwork. Not only is this church built out of stone fortification to protect it from Turkish attacks, it houses some macabre paintings from the 15th century. It almost seems as though they're hiding just a little bit more than that in there, considering the walls are nearly 26 feet thick. Many different scenes from the Bible are displayed, but also this one here, which is known as La Danse Macabre, or Dance of Death. This photo here appears to depict some religious figures such as priests and bishops dancing around with zombies at a cemetery. Could the Slovenians have possibly been exposed to some zombies at some point in history? It also shows the queen reluctantly holding the arm of a skeleton, and this artwork is really up for interpretation. The king is also being escorted to what looks like a grave that's being dug, and it's just a little bit creepy. The artist really left no description about this piece, unlike what he did with many other works. So what do you think it represents? Number 6. Snežnik Castle. Snežnik Castle is located on the edge of Laws Valley, and it has a long and complicated history. and it's been the preferred hunting lodge of many noble families in this country, completely surrounded by lush forests. The castle was sold countless times to many different counts and dukes, making you think that no one would want to live in this beautiful castle. It was even a prize in a lottery. It is rather isolated, and without your own car or bike, it would be quite difficult getting here. It wasn't until the 1850s that they decided to build trails through the forest in order to bring in supplies and whatnot. The castle is well fortified with strategic towers, and the walls reach over 20 feet high. During the Second World War, the German occupants of this building were worried that it'd be a target for looting, but miraculously, it remained completely untouched. It's a little bit strange how well such an old castle has remained in nearly perfect condition, considering the amounts of war and violence in this area. Number 5. Škocjan Caves. You might be a little bit surprised to know that Slovenia has some of the most mysterious caves in the world, and they can get downright creepy. This is located in the karst region, and you'll find many vineyards and agriculture here, but also the Škocjan Caves. The caverns have spaghetti string-like rock formations hanging down from the ceiling, and you better bring your flashlight. It almost seems as though some horrifying creature could be living here. This cave is pretty humid, and inside, there's a mighty river that flows underground. Centuries ago, trails were built inside these caves, suggesting that they would have been a tourist attraction for quite a while. Some have referred to this place as the underwater Grand Canyon. The limestone that's been eroded by the water from the river creates breathtaking geological formations. Biologists are also interested in the species of fish found here in this underground river who probably have never seen daylight before. In order to assure some safety for those exploring the caves, a 150-foot tall bridge was installed inside. Archaeologists are also interested in this place, and they believe they found evidence of humans living here 10,000 years ago. Number 4. Lake Bled Island. A lake with a not too appealing name for English speakers completely surrounds a Baroque church in the northern part of the country near the border with Austria. This fairy tale type setting almost seems like the perfect place to survive the zombie apocalypse until the lake freezes over. The picturesque environment has mostly been under German or Austrian rule for a long period of time, although archaeologists believe that they have found some evidence of Slavic cults taking place here since the 9th century AD. The island here has several different buildings, and it's included a church since the 15th century. However, the one we still see today dates back to the 17th century, and inside is an altar that contains gold pieces. Shockingly enough, this place was damaged from a lightning strike in 1688. The tower measures 171 feet high and has 99 stepstones leading to the church. Doesn't this place seem quite romantic for a wedding? It's actually become a popular wedding location in Slovenia and is seen as good luck for the groom to carry up his bride the steps during the day of the wedding. Number 3. Postojna Caves. Another creepy-looking cave complex. This one is located in southwestern Slovenia and is the second largest cave system in the country. But that doesn't make it any less creepy. The first recorded history of this place was in the 17th century by an Austrian explorer. The Archduke Ferdinand visited the caves in 1819, and since then, it's become a tourist attraction. But it's also attracted attention from more than just tourists. The Nazis discovered the caves and used it to store 1,000 barrels of airplane fuel during World War II. Their installation was destroyed by Slovenian rebels in 1944. The fire that destroyed the fuel apparently burned for several days, and it destroyed part of the cave, turning it black in the process. Nazis aren't the only thing that makes this place creepy. It also houses a large population of olms, which are colorless, strange-looking aquatic salamanders that dwell in the caves. They've been referred to by some as human fish because of the color of their skin looking rather human-like. The caves have been used as a concert hall in the past because of its exceptional acoustics. Number 2. The ruins of Soteska Castle. We mentioned how the Snežnik Castle was lucky to be in such good condition, especially when you take a look at the ruins of the Soteska Castle, located in southeast Slovenia, which has a haunting past. The Soteska Castle complex is in complete ruins that no one will ever clean up, but there's also something known as the Devil's Tower, which is in good condition. It might look fairly pleasant on the outside, but the atrocities that took place on the inside will make you scream. It allegedly gets its nickname of the Devil's Tower because of the grim voices of ghosts people would hear when they go inside. Lords used to keep their servant girls chained inside this tower and do as they pleased. It was really kind of like 50 Shades of Grey without the agreement contract, and it also has been giving people bad vibes ever since. The castle that's in ruins you see here was raised by the Ottomans in the Ottoman War in Europe, and it's getting completely consumed by vines. Number 1. Castle Strmol. Don't come to Strmol Castle in Slovenia if you're afraid of ghosts or by chilling stories. There's no fairy tale story here at this haunting castle, that's for sure. The castle was most likely built in the 13th century and is difficult to access due to thick forests. It maintains a medieval foundation and is one of Slovenia's best preserved castles. The interior is lavishly decorated with beautiful furniture and artwork, and for a while, no owners were there to enjoy it. In January of 1944, Slovenia was in a state of anarchy at the end of World War II, and many partisans were looting and destroying castles. They actually abducted the owners of the castle and took their lives in cold blood in a nearby forest. The castle was to become property of the communist regime. The bodies of the owners of the castle were recently found in 2015, and the castle was given back to its heirs. The locals in this area still claim there to be some souls of the couple floating around the castle. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that subscribe button for new videos every day.